Nice.
Not
Okay.
bad.
Yeah, that was good rolls. All right. So as you're kind of reading it, you recognize that this book is more of a. It appears to tell kind of the story of kind of Maladra's kind of life. She started off as a apprentice to a powerful mage, way back in the day. Like it appears that a lot of these, it's almost like a journal, if you will. Um, and it starts off. I think the date is dated like 800 years ago, and she started off as a apprentice to a powerful mage who eventually started trying to figure out blood magic and um, using the power of demons and things like that to enhance his magic. And eventually, he forced her um, into a ritual in which he tried to sacrifice her to a demon. Um, but what ended up happening is instead of her being sacrificed, um, he like tried to drain her blood into a uh, like an altar,
Mhm.
and the demon that actually came gave her back her blood and turned her into a vampire. And basically what she started doing is she turned that mage into her servant. And as you're going through the book, you notice that spell that you cast uh, was the spell that she used to imprison that mage and turn him into kind of her servant. And so you believe that the demon that you resurrected may
Mhm.
What are you
be
drawing?
the reincarnation of that mage that originally turned her into a vampire.
Neat.
Also, you find she's been looking at ways since she came back. Her primary focus is she is since the planes have been kind of like sealed off so that the gods no longer have access to this realm anymore.
Mhm.
She's looking at ways that she can accumulate power, and you find one passage in there that she's writing. What if we created new gods? And
Interesting.
that's towards kind of the end. You also find several spells in there for reincarnation of demons and how to. Um, it talks about how that there's demons on this plane that you don't necessarily have to take them from other planes, that they exist inside of um, like objects and like there's spirits inside of trees, and there's uh like all things kind of have an essence to them that is not necessarily sentient but could be made sentient.
Okay.
That's kind of what her focus is on inside that book, in different ways to kind of like a lot of it's theoretical, not like anything that she's tried, but she's been researching this since she was kind of reawakened.
Jeez, I cannot spell the word theoretical anymore.
It's very difficult. And I will go into more detail with you about that, because this is an idea that I had that I haven't fleshed out entirely.
Fair enough.
So
All right.
there's more inside of that book, but I just don't know it yet. So
Okay.
I'll talk to you about it later.
I'd say that was a lot of information for good few study sessions.
Yeah. So, anyone else have anything specific?
I want to say that Caden does check up on you a few times, Iris, just to see how you're doing. I don't know if you want to role play through any of that or.
Sure, if I can find my voice.
And
Did you find
so
it?
I wanted to say you guys have classes together. Like this isn't like where like you guys separate and go into your own little classes separate from each other.
Mhm.
They kind of keep the groups together.
Okay. Well, I mean, like, I still want to check up on
Of
her, considering
course.
she has the dagger.
Yeah.
All right, I think I have the voice a little bit
Yeah, sounds
close
pretty good.
enough.
Did you find your
I
voice changer, or just kidding?
no.
Well, all right. So, whatever you're doing, maybe it's after class or whatever. I'll come up to you and be like, "Well, how are you hanging in there?"
Caden. Nah, things are going fine.
Yeah,
Daily business as usual, you know.
that item of yours causing you any trouble?
Not more than normal.
All right. Just know if you need anything, we're here for you. I'm here. If you just want to talk about it.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, I've dealt with some fucky things before. Things that have talked to me in my mind. Really messed me up back in the day. Well, hopefully I don't have any more of that, but I know it can cause some internal turmoil, so.
Things that talk to you in your head, do they still do that?
No, thankfully. Not
Are they
recently.
still there and you stopped it, or
No, they were outside forces. People. One of them turned into a friend, at least. So I'm looking for them. So they'd be a welcome voice again.
I feel like that might not happen with this particular problem, but I guess I'll keep my hopes up.
Fair enough.
What about the others? The
The
one
others,
that weren't a friend?
um, sort of. I don't want to say we defeated one of them, but they got what they wanted, and so they don't talk to me anymore.
I guess that's works out too.
Yeah, until we meet them again, possibly. Hopefully not for a long time, if at all. But yeah, anyways. So I know what it's like.
I
If
have
you need
a few
anything.
more questions.
Oh, alright.
How did you deal with it back then?
Not very well, honestly. I almost lost my mind over it. I tried to do a meditation to build this wall in my mind, but I failed miserably. Eventually, it just kind of worked out, but I think if it went on for too long, I might have, gone off the deep end.
I see.
But I
Thank you.
was at least working on it. I know it's possible. Just the pacing of things went faster than I could fix it.
Well,
But
fortunately, it all worked out. I'm glad to have you around.
Oh yeah. All right. Yeah, I'm here if you need me.
So I think you guys are kind of having this conversation as you guys are walking to your next class, and you guys enter into a room, um, and it's like a typical classroom with like the elevated kind of chairs, kind of in a semicircle around a raised podium. And as you guys walk in, you're used to your normal teacher for this class, and it's like an older lady with like a bun, but she's not there today. And as you guys walk in, you see a incredibly short woman wearing a kind of black uh, robes with kind of silver and red embroidery of different kind of arcane symbols, and she's wearing a like a witch's hat with the tip kind of like curled over to the side, and the hat's black with like purple like filigree kind of like in arcane symbols. And as you look closer at her, she's got like really big eyes, and her skin is like porcelain white, and where you can like see the joints on her hands and stuff like that, it almost looks like her skin is made of porcelain. And as you guys kind of walk in, she says, "Oh, I'm glad to see all of you. Everyone, take your seats quickly, quickly." And you guys all just kind of take your seats, and
Yep.
Yeah.
Affirmative.
And so she kind of steps up on the podium and she
I'm gonna
says,
sit in the back of the class.
"My name is Poet. I'm sure most of you guys have heard of me. Um, and I decided that I wanted to have a little chat with you guys. I'm getting ready to send you guys on a mission, and I wanted to make sure that you guys had some information to think about while you were on your mission. Now, let me ask you, what?" And she kind of points at you, Iris, and she says, "Um, what's your name, young lady?"
Cyrus.
"Iris. That's a pretty name." And she thinks for a second, and then she says, "Let me ask you, when you think of adventurers, what do you think about? Who are they? What do they stand for?"
I'd say it's going away from the places you're familiar.
And that's a traveler, but an adventurer. What guides you as you're going out into the world? What do you think an adventurer or a person that represents a school should stand for?
I'd imagine ultimately power.
Hmm. And she opens her book and she writes something down. She says, "Okay, okay. How about you, Ayla? What do you think an adventurer stands for?"
Adventure. I suppose I'd think that it's somebody who wants to find an answer to something that they don't know the question.
Hmm. That's a good answer as well. What about you, Caden? What do you believe it is?
Well, I'd say pretty close to what Iris said. Someone that either has a goal, maybe goes to places unexplored. They're, adventuring, pretty cut and dry.
Okay. And while you're out in the world, how do you what is your moral compass? What guides you in making decisions?
Protecting my friends is pretty easy. Just make sure they are, you know, safe and happy.
Hmm.
Um,
And go
Shitty
ahead.
people deserve to have what's taken from them, but
Excellent, excellent. This brings me to what I really wanted to ask you. Who determines who is how did you say, a shitty person?
well, I do, and then
You do.
sometimes I'm wrong, and I feel bad about it. It's
But what
happened.
if
I've
what if
stolen
your
stuff, and it's like,
friends do
oh,
not agree with you?
well, they can tell me, and I will take what they say into heavy consideration because they're my friends.
And what makes a bad person?
Mm, Oppressing the weak, maybe taking advantage of them. Like a man
Hmm.
might own a slave and treat them poorly. Um, you know, Things like that.
And what should happen to that man?
Depends on the man. Some of them, you can just rob them, free them of their slave, ruin their reputation. Depends on what I can do at the time. Depends
What
on
if
how bad the person is.
what if that person deserves to be a slave?
I guess I would have to determine that, but I don't think if somebody deserved to be a slave, I'd rather kill them.
That's interesting. Um, Ayla, what about you? What do you think about that subject?
About slavery, you mean?
About slavery and um, what moral compass guides you?
Well, first we all have to understand that everybody thinks they're the good guy. And you may think that I deserve to be a slave for crimes that I think are completely in the realm of morality. But since you might think that it's okay and that I did something so terribly wrong, you feel justified in your opinion and your actions to make me a slave. I'm not sure that I do like about anything to do with slavery, especially considering most. most slaves are treated horribly, and over time, the slavers even forget what the people were enslaved for. They just become items to do some wish fulfillment. So I don't think there should be slaves at all.
Interesting.
But
And
the moral compass that I go by is what's good for me, good for those that I love. Most of the time, it's good for most of everybody too. Sometimes it's not.
and what if you are given a mission in which you disagree with the goal or the direction that you are given for this mission?
Well, my oath isn't to that person. I really could care less. I mean, if I don't agree with what the mission is, then I'm not going to do it.
Hmm. Even if you've been paid to execute a specific task.
Well, then I'll give the money back.
Hmm. Excellent. And she writes all of this down, and she says, um, uh, Arius, what about you? How do you feel? What if you're given a task that you don't necessarily agree with? How would you handle that?
Is it something I don't agree with, or is it something I feel is morally wrong?
Something you feel is morally wrong.
I'd probably do what Ayla says and give the money back, because I don't want that on my conscience.
What if it's a what if you disagree with a portion of the task, but not necessarily, maybe, for example, let's say you were tasked with escorting a group of murderers and you knew that they had committed crimes, but you were paid to deliver them to a battlefield in which you knew that their presence would help save a larger group of people than they had murdered. What would your decision be in that situation?
I guess, I mean, I would do what I think would probably be for the greater good, and I would say that if you did crimes, why not battle for um your kind?
So what if this individual had information that had to be given to somebody? Would you escort them or would you give back the money and let somebody else do it?
Depends on that information. Would it hurt others?
No, it will save somebody that you consider a friend.
If it would save for somebody that I'd consider a friend, I would do it.
Hmm.
Yeah.
What if that person was sent to assassinate somebody, but that person needed to be assassinated for the greater good?
Out of character note, is this like a baby Hitler situation?
No, she's trying to determine kind of where your moral compass is. Like, what
Oh,
do you
okay.
consider, like, let's say, and she'll use this example. Like, let's say, you had a relationship with this king, and you were hired to escort this person to assassinate them. And you knew that this assassination would stop this individual from committing a greater crime, such as invading a town or slaughtering a populace.
I think I think I'd need to know if there's other routes that could be taken if they don't want this king or this person to annihilate a larger group.
Yeah, I feel
There's
like.
hmm?
Oh, I was gonna say, I feel like there is kind of a fallacy when they only portray two options to you. You know.
Of course, absolutely. That is an excellent point, Caden. I just wanted to make you guys think about this, as I must tell you, not all of the tasks that you will be given through this organization will always necessarily fit within your moral compass.
Well, I guess.
And it's important that we know how you would react in those situations.
I guess we'll learn from each other. Because if you keep pointing us into morally bad areas, then I guess that means we no longer align and we should not be associated. And then we can choose on our own free will whether to stay or not.
Absolutely. However, what if there are things working in the background that you are not necessarily privy to, and we need you to accomplish something because we expect loyalty from you?
Well, I guess build that trust and then I can, have faith.
And she kind of looks at you and she smiles and she says, "Well, I just wanted to ask you these questions so that we could kind of get our brains thinking, and so that we could kind of mull over this kind of subject."
I feel like you're about to send us on a morally gray mission.
And she smiles at you and she says, very observant, "I have a mission for you guys. But there's only so much that I can tell you about this. How much do you all know about... Oh,
Oh no, you're on the wrong layer. Go ahead.
how much do you guys know about
Did you eat your dinner?
the Dragon Vale to the north? And what's going on in the area?"
Oh, I don't. They won't like me.
And she says, "Me neither, as you can tell. However, I have a task for you, which will send you into that area. First things first, I want you all to know that the arcane disciplines are outlawed in the Dragon Vale. If you are discovered to be working with arcane magics, you will be arrested, you will be imprisoned, and you may be executed. I want you all to know this before I send you on your task. Do we all accept this danger?"
Man, 50 years ago, that wouldn't sound so bad. And then I accept.
How about the rest of you? Ayla, you should be fine. You'll fit right in.
Sorry, can you repeat that? Alistair was talking to me. What are we
Um,
agreeing to?
Oh, so in the Dragon Vale, if you cast arcane magic or if you follow the arcane disciplines, you will be arrested, imprisoned, and potentially executed. And she is sending you into that area.
So we can't use any magic?
Uh, any arcane magic, Ayla, you should be fine as you draw your power from the divine.
Alright.
And the area is full of clerics and paladins. You should fit right in. How about you, Iris?
Do we have a choice? I
Of,
prefer not to go back there
of course you have a choice.
to do that and remain here in the.
That is a different subject entirely. You can choose not to go, but there will be consequences.
I always like this bow better, anyways.
Excellent. So, I can only give you so many details, but let's say, or I can tell you that you will be traveling to a small town by the name of Winthrop. It is within the Silver Cannon's area of influence. You will be meeting with a team of wagon drivers, and you will escort these men from that town to the border where you will be dropping them off. This caravan is carrying very sensitive materials, and we expect it to be a dangerous mission. But it is also very important to our interests. I will give you guys some time to ask some questions. Now, there's only so much information that I can give you. So I will be as forthcoming as possible. Do you have any questions about what's going on?
Are we going to be in over our heads like last time?
You don't believe so. While this caravan is transporting very delicate and important cargo,
Mm-hmm.
we have tried to keep it as secret as possible.
So,
However, whenever valuable cargo is transported, there is always danger.
all right. Any repercussions we have to worry about for failing?
I shall just say, please don't fail.
Fair enough.
They will give you more information once you arrive. Are we all in agreement?
Winthrop is Winthrop's in the Dragonvale.
Yeah, I'm gonna draw it right now. Hold on. No, this one. Draw sheet. Get. So Winthrop is a small village right here. And while I'm doing this, poet like pulls down a map from the ceiling and starts showing you all of these things are. And you are going to be escorting them here. So you will be traveling from Winthrop to a border crossing to the north.
Wait, so that little circle area is not Dragonvale yet? Isn't
So
this Dragonvale?
yes, this
Okay.
is Dragonvale. This is the area that the Silver Cannons have taken over and kind of claimed as their own.
Okay.
And
And can we
there
use magic
is
there?
yes.
Okay.
In here you can use magic.
So I can use it on the escort mission.
However, consider all of this.
Oh, there it goes again.
Consider all of that of the. I want to frickin' be able to do that without it dragging the frickin' map.
Excuse
Not
me.
letting me. There, that's better. There we go. Okay, so like all of this area, you can consider to be like battle
War zone.
zones, like war zone. Also, up here, freaking Kadron is building a giant wall all the way around his kingdom. So like wherever the pink lines are, he's building a massive wall around his kingdom.
Oh, and also, is Althea still with us?
So I don't know. How do you guys want to handle that?
It would probably be easier if we just had Althea go off in another group, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like she at one point gets like drawn off by something, like she's doing a research project or something. But yeah, she's not with you guys on this one.
Will
Any
one of the other students be joining us for this one?
not on this one, as we believe that the smaller the group, the less conspicuous it will be.
Oh shit.
So you guys, as we will drop you guys off in inside the Cody Forest, about 4 miles south of the town of Winthrop. I'm going to write this down so that I remember the name of it. Where is text?
PJ Mess.
And then this, this. Nope, it did not want to go there. God dang it! How do I turn freaking snapping off? There we go. Okay. Um. So you will travel to Winthrop. You will meet with an individual by the name of Bilko, and he will have further information. He's the leader of the wagon team. He will be driving the wagon, and he will have uh, further information about the route and what you guys will be doing. Any other questions?
His name is Bilko.
Yes.
Cool.
Can we get any requisition from the tower before we leave?
She says, excellent question. Please see the quartermaster and they will outfit you for your mission. Anyone else?
Hmm. Are there going to be any consequences if we think this is something we don't want to do when we get there?
Um, well, I guess you'll just have to make your decisions and deal with the consequences when they happen. But I will leave it to your discretion, and I trust all of you will make the correct decisions.
I mean, this is something to keep in mind. It does help sometimes to be ignorant, Ayla. So if we just ignore maybe what's underneath that wagon, or whatever's being transported, maybe we won't have to worry about it.
Hmm.
Or if you want to make sure, we're on the moral high ground, then we'll investigate.
Guess we'll see when we get there, won't we?
Excellent.
Well,
Well,
do you have any missions that don't involve, like, I don't know? I just have a feeling this one has, like, bad moral standing. Is there ever, like, an assumption that there's one where it isn't like that?
well, the world is a gray place, Iris. So
No. Okay. Got it.
she just kind of laughs and kind of winks at you and says, well, you have been given your orders. I expect you guys to muster at the traveling grounds in about 3 hours. And I will meet you guys there. Class dismissed.
Aye, aye, Captain.
And she gives you she stands there and like clicks her heels together and gives you a salute and then walks out of the room.
Is she a
Um,
captain?
she's
No,
like
I'm looking at the group. I'm like,
oh,
is she a captain?
No, I highly doubt it.
Hers just shrugs.
That's interesting. We're going into Silver Cannon controlled territory. You think they'll send one of their champions there too? Or, the one, that Dragonborn that I've heard stories about? I've never met her though.
I don't think any of us have met her, so.
I think her name is like Pooley or something.
Tolly. I think it was
What kind of
Tolly.
name
I
is
think it is.
Tully?
Tully. I think you're right.
Tully's even worse.
Anyways. Well, something to look forward to.
okay. You guys want to go to the quartermaster?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Should probably get-
you guys have
Oh.
seen the quartermaster. It's next to the training grounds and a short distance from the traveling grounds. And you walk in, and you've seen this guy before. He's a older dwarf, and he's got this big kind of shaggy gray beard, and like this gray hair that he has pulled up into like almost like a mohawk, but like if his whole head had hair, and then he just like spiked it up. And he walks in. He's like, "Hey, I was told I will see you guys pretty soon. What do you guys need?" he says, wait, before you guys just start throwing stuff out there, you're only entitled to, you guys can have some potions. If you need basic weapons, I can supply that to you. But don't be asking for anything magical or frickin'. You're not looking for the great elven bow or anything like that. Just remember that. So what can I do for you?
Do we have any healing potions?
Potions would be a great start.
Oh, I have 4, so keep that in mind.
We don't have any healing potions. We might need a little extra.
I walk out. I'm
He's like, real subtle, guys, real subtle. All right, here's, and he reaches down and he grabs 3 healing potions and he slams them on the table. He's like, here's some healing potions right there for you.
Thank you. I'll pick them up, pocket them real fast.
You're welcome. Anything else?
And you could use a new rope. I'm just gonna go through a list of things, which
Yeah.
is more or less
Basically-
rope and some stuff to summon a familiar.
Any basic supplies, if you guys want any, just go ahead and add it to your character sheet within reason. Don't put like everything that you could possibly ever want. Just
100
anything
gold
that you
crystal to resurrect somebody.
anything that you feel would be necessary for this mission, go ahead and add it as long as it's not magic of any kind.
Okay.
Arius, don't you think it's funny that they're asking us not to ask for anything unreasonable for the mission, and we don't really know what the mission's going to be because they won't tell us?
For
So it'd be
escorting
unreasonable
people.
for us pick anything.
Yes, but they say that we're escorting, but they won't give. We'll give you details when you get there. How do we know how to prepare? This is like games. These are real people's lives, and these guys are playing games. Don't you think it'd be better if we're well prepared with knowledge so we know what to do and what to expect, so we can better ensure safety and mission compliance and completion? But no, everything's got to be a test.
And as you're saying all this, the dwarf is just kind of chuckling. He says, "Aye, little lady, I understand. But have you ever thought that maybe they expect you to become self-sufficient and get the information for yourself? Just a thought."
Hey, when you're at a place that's trying to teach you something, I don't think that when it comes to life and death, the student should be doing student centered learning, trial and error. Just see if you get it right or not. Who cares about these lives you might be killing? Student centered learning in this environment, no. No.
He just smiles at you and he says, "Aye, well, it is what it is. What else do you want?" And he's like, "I got rope." And he's like, "What would you think? You're escorting a what are you escorting?"
A cart.
Oh, well, maybe some rope. Rope's always good. You want some rope?
Arius, if you were to go on a long journey, I think you're acquainted with wilderness. What would you bring? Please don't say rope.
Aries, I think you're on mute.
Hello?
Uh-oh.
There
There
you
we
are.
go. Now we
You can
hear
hear
you.
me.
Okay. Can you restate that? Sorry, I was cutting in and out a little bit. I think my headphones are kind of giving
Going.
me issues right now.
I get that. Mine are broken right now. I have duct tape on them. Anyways,
Check
Arius,
bucket.
you seem like you'd know your way around the forest for long journeys. What would you bring? And please don't say rope.
I'd say we definitely need enough food, but I don't know, bring your stealthiest outfits because you don't want to get caught and the
Achilles.
forest can be dangerous.
Good idea. Do you have anything that's camouflagey?
He turns around, kind of walks into the back, and you hear him. "I think I got just a thing. Let me look. Yep, this will probably work." And he comes carrying like 3 suits of like picture an elf, like their kind of attire, like woodsman clothes. It's like leather pants and vest and like greens and grays and stuff like that.
I
And he
won't say no to this.
and he hands all of you a like a like forest green cloak.
Can we get one for our friend that walks away?
And he's like, "Oh yeah," and he goes and grabs you another one.
Thank you.
Anytime. Might I suggest maybe trying to think of what I should tell you guys to bring. I don't know. Here's what we're gonna do. Everyone, roll a survival check.
And since I've been through this area before, can I have advantage?
Yes, you may.
Of course.
Okay.
Guess it was unnecessary.
And okay. So everyone, while we're traveling to wherever we're going, if there's some specific item that you feel like you would have thought of and brought with you, you'll roll another survival check. And Ayla, your DC will be 15. So write this down.
Okay.
Your DC will be 15. Caden, your DC will be 13. Arius, yours will be actually Caden, yours will be 12. Arius, you'll be 13. And Iris will be 9. So if you roll that survival check and you want to have something, I'll just give it to you.
Like a +2 sword, right?
Definitely
Exactly.
not that. But if you're like, man, I totally would have remembered to bring pittance to climb this mountain, you can roll a dice and I'll give it to you.
Okay.
Okay. So it's been a little while and you guys meet at the traveling grounds, and as you guys, or would you guys go there or do you want to do something else?
Hold on.
Opportunity item.
To
Just
have
an easy way for me to remember.
Yes. There you go. That is actually perfect. I like that.
Upper free item on trip. 9 AC survival check for item on Dragon Veil mission.
Yeah, so he's yeah. He typed that in and made it on put it on his character sheet.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what I was doing right now. Mine is a
Like,
little.
that was oddly specific.
If it's not specific enough, I'm not gonna know what the fuck this means.
That's perfect. I like that. Good job. All right. And so would you guys go do something else or would you guys go to the traveling grounds and get ready to go?
Probably get ready to go.
Same.
Okay.
Before we
Uh,
go, I want to check on something. Do we have any monks? Like any monks in our class?
Any monks?
I
Yes.
thought we have
You do.
cat dude was a monk, right?
The cat dude is a monk.
I want to go
Cat
talk to the cat
dude.
dude.
His name is Raj.
Yes, his
Raj.
name is Raj. And so you see him and he's like he's sitting outside and he's just kind of like he's got one arm up on the side of the bench and like he's just kind of looking off into the distance and he's as you're walking up he's like, "Hey man, what's up? I thought you might want to talk to me."
Hey,
Mhm.
hey, Raj. It looks like you're meditating right now.
Yeah, meditating. That's what we call it nowadays.
Can you teach me any? I'm kind of curious.
Oh, you actually want to meditate? Oh,
Yeah.
shit. Okay.
I take it that wasn't meditating then.
No, it's
Ah,
just really high, man. Uh,
tell me
so
more.
meditating. Why do you want to meditate, man? I mean, it's super awesome. You just clear your mind, and like the universe, it like speaks to you when you're meditating, man.
You
Yeah.
seem put together,
Oh, I'm real put together. Yeah.
and it seems very tranquil. Like you know what you're doing. So I was
Oh yeah.
curious if I could
I am
reach
super
a
chill.
piece of that.
I mean, you know what? I'm pretty impressed with your freaking observation skills right there. Let me tell you. I am pretty twink. Oh, you wanted to learn something. Um, yeah. So what you got to do to really get into like the Zen, like just relax, and you just got to like clear your mind, man. And you just got to like think of nothing. It's just like emptiness, and let the universe like talk to you. Yeah.
Does that make any sense, Iris?
Go ahead and roll a knowledge check.
I'm not sure knowledge is an actual thing.
Uh, wisdom? No, intel. Yeah, roll a wisdom check.
Hmm.
I was worried you were gonna say that, which makes sense.
Oh,
Oh
yeah.
shit! That was lucky.
Makes total sense to you. Like he's like just telling you to like relax and like try to clear your mind and just center yourself. Like every word he said to you, just like it's like yeah, you're right. Yeah.
You've never ceased to impress me, Raj. Thank you.
Yeah,
Run
no
off.
problem. Like later, little lady. And he goes back to staring off into the distance. So, what were you trying to accomplish with this?
Get any idea on how to practice meditating?
Yeah, for sure. So, do you want to like be able to meditate instead of sleep?
I'll have to think about that, but that might not be a bad idea.
Were you
Okay.
thinking of that like mental protection that Orsic failed back in the day?
Oh yeah.
Is that so? Here's what I'll have you do. Because of this interaction, you will have advantage on a saving throw related to
Okay.
and you can tell me when you want to use it, but related to the reason that you're
Doing
asking
this.
him about
All right.
it. Yeah. Anything else you guys want to do?
I
Nope.
just want to get there.
Okay. So you guys arrive at the traveling gowns, and you see Poet standing there, and she hands you a sealed envelope, and she says, "Present this to Bilko when you arrive, and he'll know while you're there. Now remember, don't tell anyone about what your mission is. This is of the utmost secrecy. If anybody asks, you've been sent to uh, help transport. You're just random caravan guards."
That's kind of what it feels like anyway, so.
Excellent. Then it should be no problem. And she kind of motions to the door, and she says, "You guys know the drill. I'll be interested to hear your report when you get back."
Mm-hmm. Well, hopefully it's not as interesting as our last adventure. So.
And she smiles at you and she says, "Oh, I can't wait for you to get back. Trust me."
Oh, great.
See you then.
And you guys all walk through you open the door and you walk through the door, and there's a flash of light, and you guys find yourself stepping out of the trunk of this massive redwood tree that stands hundreds and hundreds of feet tall. And this entire forest is just filled with these giant redwood trees in all directions. And the canopy is so full and kind of like encompassing uh, that the forest is almost dark because almost no sunshine kind of gets down to the forest floor. And so like uh the the like undergrowth and stuff like that is kind of sparse. So it's kind of like there's all these trees, but there's not a whole lot else kind of on the ground. So like it's disorienting when you like look around because it's just like a sea of trees. But like there's not a whole lot of places to hide and stuff like that. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And as you guys kind of look behind you, you see that this door is kind of formed into the trunk of the tree, and it's like the same color as the bark, and uh, you guys can see it because you know where to look, but unless you were kind of like looking at the tree and trying to find the door, it kind of blends in.
This is convenient, unlike last time. Looks like we can just walk away from this one.
And it's like all forest. There's no like trail or anything in any direction.
Hmm.
Oh. All right. And I snap my fingers, and Valentine, spreads all its wings in front of me, and I
Mhm.
send her up in the air, and I look through her eyes.
Okay. Um, so like as you do that, it's like very disorienting because like there's all of these trees. And how far up are you sending her? Are you trying to send her out of the canopy?
Yeah,
Okay, because it's like she has to fly like hundreds of feet into the air.
yeah.
These trees are
So
massive.
I can't tell her
Uh,
what to do, but before she got
yeah.
past my range, I was like, just come back down after a few seconds of looking around.
Okay. And she flies up out of the canopy, and she kind of like does like a quick circle, and you see this massive forest that kind of extends in every direction. Um, but you see kind of to the north um, a spot that's kind of like clear of trees, and you can actually see what appears to be kind of like a path heading to. Uh, so you guys are like
Ouch.
here, like down
Okay.
here, right, like where the forest word of Cody is.
Mm-hmm.
And to the north, you see what appears to be like a small town, and then to the south, you can see like way, way off of the distance. You can kind of see just barely that the ocean is to the south. And go ahead and roll a survival check.
Survival.
Just him?
Yes.
Why? Why am I having a hard time here? There we go.
So like the bird gets up there and like looks around, and like you're watching all of this, but like you are so like taken by how pretty it is. Like you could just see all these trees and like the ocean off in the distance, and like there's a sunset, like the sun's like just coming down, and it's like all red and pretty, that like you don't really remember any of the actual directions that you saw. And what's its name again? What's your
Valentine.
Valentine.
Valentine flies back down to you. Um, and yeah, you know that some vague direction to the north there's
Yeah. So
uh,
I can't
a
exactly
clearing.
point us in that way. I could just do northish. Um. No, well, it was really pretty up there. We have to go that way, northish, that direction.
Northish.
Hmm.
Ish.
For sure, definitely.
Okay.
I think there was like some magic mirage or something. It was kind of hard to tell. Anyways, that way.
Well, shall we go then? Might as well. But everybody keep an eye out. Keep a lookout. Constantly looking for ambushes, traps even. I heard that in this world people like to use pit traps a lot. I don't know if that's true, but heard that somewhere, I think. Don't step on any leaves that look suspicious.
So one thing that I wanted to talk to you guys about that I was thinking a lot about, and one thing that I think will kind of help push our games forward a little bit, is I noticed that like in a situation like this, like say you said all the stuff you just said, and then tell me that like what you start doing. Do you start walking, things like that, and then I can lead you? But I noticed that like I ask you guys what you guys do a little bit, and I'm not chastising you, but maybe try to think about this is what I go do, and that'll kind of push me to be able to tell you what actually happens when you do that. Does that make sense?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Arius, would you like to lead us on the way? I think you might be better at this than the rest of us. Walking in a forest.
Um Arius?
Sorry, I heard my name again, but it's been cutting out. Sorry. I need to get new headphones before next session.
He said that you'd probably be the best to lead us. So do you lead them to the north?
Uh, do I lead them to the north? Yes. That's the direction we're supposed to be going, right?
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Roughly.
Okay, then.
Go ahead and roll a survival check at disadvantage.
How do I do
You
that?
just pick the lowest of the two numbers after you roll.
Yeah.
Okay.
Aww.
That's unfortunate.
It's my,
Oh,
it's my
man.
fault.
So
You
guys
followed
start.
my directions and not your own.
Correct. Exactly. So you guys start heading to the north, and you guys start walking for a while, and like after about maybe like 15 minutes of walking, uh, somebody roll me a perception check.
Okay, let me do it. Because I think my perception is good here. Hell, there it is.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is good here.
So as you guys are walking, you kind of look to the side, and you see a tree that looks like it has a door in it. Like you see like the cracks of what could be a door.
I think we're making good headway so far.
Wait. Do you see this tree? It has a door.
Another
And I'm
one.
gonna go up and point
Right?
to it.
That's
Look,
exactly what
do
I
you
was
see the
thinking.
outline? It's a door.
So they could have sent us closer to our destination.
Do you think we should knock on it?
Yes.
We're knocking on it.
And you knock on the door and nothing happens.
Is there like a doorknob?
Yeah, it's like a little ring that you would pull. At like, I guess it's an actual knob. Yeah, there's a doorknob.
How big is it?
It's probably like 7 feet tall and like 4 feet wide.
Okay. I'm going to like I guess check for traps.
Hold on, she rolled a nat 20. Would she see our footprints coming out of it?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Okay.
That's better. I probably should have said that. Absolutely. You see like a bunch of footprints in front of the door, like heading off to the north.
Wait a I'm gonna glare at Caden. No. I'm gonna glare at Arius. Sorry. Arius. We're going in circles. These are our footprints.
I might have underestimated how much I know about this forest in particular.
Wait a second. Hold on. Arius, go to your character sheet because you're an elf, right?
Yeah, and then I also realized my thing wasn't plugged in all the way, so it was glitching that way.
So
So
what
now
is
I should be
your
able to hear.
what is your? Because you may have advantage in the forest.
Okay.
Get out of here.
Um. Must be dead. Oh wait, no. Do you have a favored terrain? Oh wait, no, never mind. You're a rogue, not a ranger. My bad. So never
okay.
mind. Yeah, and you're not the kind of elf that has advantage. So yeah, you guys walk in a circle.
Okay.
No, I did point us bad direction,
Oh,
so
excuse me.
could be my bad. Um, I gave you bad directions, Arius. Sorry.
This better not be some weird trap, though. If it
Oh,
turns
no.
out that we're in some weird mind loop, I'm sorry for glaring, but
Oh,
how long have we been walking for?
maybe you should lead the way.
Me?
I don't know. You seem to do better with your eyeballs.
I'll try. Okay, so then I guess I'll start leading the way. What do you want me to roll?
Go ahead and roll a survival check.
Okay.
Okay. So you start heading to the north, and like you're traveling for a little ways, and you start to kind of see like a game trail almost, kind of off to the northeast, and you start to follow that game trail. And after about like 30 or 40 minutes of walking, you pop out into um, a well-trodden trail that seems to be cut through the forest, and it's made out of dirt, but it's like well packed down dirt, and you can see like ruts from wagon wheels and stuff like that. And it heads north to south.
North to south?
Yeah, like north and south. So it's going.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So we found a road.
No, I got
Cool.
that'll help.
We could follow it in at least one direction.
Yes, I guess let's follow it north. Since he thought he saw something a little north.
Could have been south. I'm not sure now.
Can you check the bird again?
No. Yeah, I'll just verify we're at least heading in the right direction.
Because now we've got a road, so it might have been easier to see things now.
Yeah. So Valentine kind of like swoops forward, and you see the red arcane eye, appear on its forehead, and it swoops back up, same directions
Okay.
as before.
All right. Go ahead and roll a perception check, and it should have advantage, right?
Yes, the owl does so. Oh, should I roll it through the bird, huh?
Yes.
1 second. Character sheet.
And then tell me what it is, because I'm in another screen right now.
17. Thank God for advantage.
Perfect. So you see the path to the north, maybe about 3 miles to the north, is that same opening that you saw before.
Oops. Oh,
It's
fine.
much more distinct now. So you should have no problem finding it if you just follow the road.
Oh yeah, we're on the right path for sure. I'm hyper focused this time. Don't want to fuck up like last time.
All right, let's go. I'm just going to start marching ahead.
Absolutely. So all of you guys follow Ayla as she heads to the north. And as you guys start walking that way, you've been walking for, I'd say, about 35, 45 minutes when you come upon a small kind of village that seems to have been cut into this forest, and you see that there's clearly like a logging camp. Like this is apparently like a logging village, as you see like big trees kind of on carts. There's like people working at like a sawmill, kind of cutting down these big trees into manageable sizes to kind of um, drag places. And they're putting them on these big, huge wagons with these like U-shaped beds on them. And as you kind of pull up or walk up to the village, you see lots of people kind of milling about. And as you guys kind of walk into the middle of the town, you see a large building. It's about I don't know. It's like a large inn, and you see a sign hanging in front of it that has like a log and a hammock kind of hanging from the middle of like these two large trees that have been cut, and there's a guy sleeping in it with a pipe, and it's called the Logger's Rest.
So this is like, but there's no caravan to be seen.
Not that you can see as of right now.
Hey, Mister.
So that's the sign
Oh.
on the
Oh.
yeah, my bad.
Is what I would say if that was a real person.
So the sign sways in the wind. It says nothing.
This voice still getting to you, Gaten?
I have no excuse.
Too.
Anyways, I
Um,
see this sign.
But there are people coming in and out of the inn. It seems like it's a fairly busy place.
Alright, so I guess we go inside.
Yeah, I'm kind of hungry, so anyway. Get some food.
How? It's pretty early, right?
It's actually kind of late. It's like 7 o'clock at night. Like the sun was going down when you guys first got here, and then through all of that
That's true.
walking, the sun is just kind of set as you come into town.
Should we
So,
stay the night?
yes.
Yeah, I guess it makes sense. Want to investigate about this Bilko in the morning, or
We could see what anyone knows at the bar.
all right?
That's true.
Oh, and information that I would have needed to give you, uh, I just thought of right now, is this caravan is supposed to leave tomorrow morning.
Okay.
Hmm. How
Okay.
early?
They didn't tell you how early. They said meet with Bilko and he'll give you all of that information, but that it's scheduled to depart tomorrow.
So I guess we should find out where they're at. All right, let's go in.
Hmm.
Oh, I have an idea.
Oh, what?
It's a bad idea.
What?
Should we split up? Arius and I could go look around town, see if we can't find the caravan, and you two ask around. Then we just meet up here.
I mean, we could ask first since we're all here, and then if we don't find out right away, then yeah.
But I kind of like what she's saying. Iris saying is blah, 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 blah. I think I started speaking a different language. I'm sorry, guys. Sometimes I get my languages mixed up depending on where I'm at. Anyway, since it is kind of late, I think that it might be a little bit more time efficient to split up because if they're trying to look out in the town, they might be waiting. But if we wait too long, they'll retire for the night, go somewhere else. You know what I'm saying?
Sure. Then let's do that then, I guess.
Um, trying to think if she would have. So I feel like Poet probably would have given you a contact here.
Bilko. I was just,
That is true.
we
He
were gonna
gave you
look for
she
him.
gave you Bilko. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So are you guys going to split up or go into the inn?
No, I'm going inside.
Me too.
Okay. So you guys go inside, and this is a fairly bustling kind of inn. There's lots of people, kind of going in and out. Like there's tables with all these kind of grizzled-looking men drinking ale and laughing, and there's people in the corner playing dice, and you see silver and gold pieces being gambled away at the dice games, and there's like a band kind of playing like typical fantasy in music, and there's like barmaids bustling this way and that, and you see a empty table kind of off to the back that looks like it could fit all of you.
Okay. I want to be a little dramatic.
Oh no.
So whenever we come in the door, I'm assuming this place is lit up with like torches and stuff like that.
Of course, yeah.
I want to use thaumaturgy to like turn off half of them to make it like a little dimmer as we enter. Just open
Okay.
the door and then this light it goes like dimmer, and then I try to get their attention.
Does Iris notice this happens as they're walking in?
Uh, does Iris notice it? Like, is it super noticeable?
Oh yeah, like
Yeah.
I'm trying to make it dramatic by like
Yeah,
we
yeah.
open the door and it's as if this one swing turns off like half the lights.
Okay. Yes, you absolutely notice this, Iris.
Iris books it. She just takes off into the forest.
And I will again use thaumaturgy to make my voice a little louder, and I'm going to say, "We're looking for Bilko."
And as you do this, like everyone, like you kind of hear like gasps in the, um, around the entire room, and like several people you hear like push back their chairs, and you see the chairs kind of fall over, and they all kind of look at you, and as you say, I'm looking for Bilko. The innkeeper, he's a kind of like a chubby human male, and he's got like blonde hair, and he's got like this handlebar kind of mustache, and he says, "You're looking for Bilko, strangers. What brings you to town?"
It's personal business. We're here to help him.
"All right, we don't want no trouble. We'll send you out to Bilko. He calls over this little kind of runner boy, and he's like, Matt, get over here. Matt comes over and he says, "You take him over to Bilko's warehouse. Show him where to go." And he says, "We don't want no trouble, guys."
So you say that you don't want no trouble. Does that mean that Bilko is somebody who usually causes trouble?
Uh, Not usually, but also the torches don't dim when he enters my inn. Usually. Uh, if you guys just, Matt will take you to go see Bilko. Just leave us all alone. We don't know what's going on, but we don't want nothing to do with it.
No, we'll leave you at peace. We may be
Wait,
back
isn't this
for a
isn't this a
room.
place that doesn't like magic?
No.
This is right on the border of that place.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, the magic is dangerous around here. Like, just
Oh, great.
because it's it's a border town
Uh-huh.
doesn't mean that the art like the this used to be the Dragon King's land, and the Silver Cannons didn't like what he was doing, so they're uh trying to kind of make this part owned by them.
I'm
But
trying to use my magic while I can.
absolutely, but it's like a war zone, and so
Mhm.
like they don't want any trouble. Uh, and the little boy runs up to him. And he's like, "Sir, I can take you to see Bilko."
Alright, I'll follow you. We'll be back for a room. We won't cause any trouble.
And everyone kind of like sits back down, and you hear the music start up again, and you guys walk out the end, and the boy leads you down the road. And as you kind of walk down the road, you can see this is it's not like it's a village, but it's like a fairly well populated village. You can see that there's houses kind of built out into the forest and like stuff like that. So this is kind of like a downtown kind of like warehouse area. And he leads you down the road to this large building that appears to be a warehouse. And he knocks on the door and he says, "Hey, Bilko, I got somebody to see you." And you hear this voice from within. He's like, "Oh, I've been waiting for them. Hold on just a sec. Give me a minute." And you hear like him rummaging around inside, and like you hear like bottles tinkling, and uh, like like a box falls over, and he's like, "Oh, hold on, just a second." And a couple minutes go by, and he pops the door open, and it's this human male. He's probably 40 years old. He's got like bright red hair. uh he's like got a bunch of freckles on his face, and he has this kind of like how do I describe this beard? He's got like this beard that almost looks like a brick hanging from his chin. um and he sticks his head out and he's like, are you guys my new guards?
Yeah, that's us.
Mhm.
Excellent. So we're gonna leave in the morning. um yeah,
I
so
mean, here's this letter. I'm supposed to give it to you.
oh, yeah, thanks. And he reaches his hand out and grabs it, and he's like, "Yeah, hold on." And he closes the door. And then he silent for a couple minutes. Then he opens the door. He's like, "Oh, yeah, thanks for that. Yeah. So here's what's gonna happen, guys. We're gonna leave tomorrow. Um, we're gonna have a wagon, and I think you guys should probably just just walk with us. Don't even worry about the wagon. Pretend it's not there. You don't need to know anything about that.
Hmm.
And yeah, and I got my buddy over here, and this little guy, you hear this kind of like higher pitched voice inside. He's like, "Yeah, I'm his partner." He's like, "Yeah, that's Frankie. He's gonna be helping us out. Um, I just hired him the other day, kind of like you guys. He's like a new guy, but yeah. So we're gonna leave in the morning. So can you meet here at like when the sun comes up, or like when your hangover goes away? My hangover, so like noon, probably.
Yeah, whatever
Yeah.
works for you.
All right. Good knowing you.
Yeah.
So, see you then. You need anything? No? Okay, bye. And he closes the door.
All right. Anyway, I guess we should head back or find our other.
Yeah.
Sorry about the whole dramatic entrance. I was thinking that maybe we should make a name for ourselves, so I figured it's a good idea to be noticed.
Mm, do you think that they're really that afraid of us?
I don't know. Just trying to create a reputation wherever we're gonna go.
Um, who has the highest passive perception? That's Ayla,
Miranda.
13. Go ahead and roll a perception check, Ayla.
Okay.
So as you guys are talking, there's like so the door that you come to is kind of like off to the side of this large warehouse, and then there's like a wooden fence kind of next to the warehouse, and as you guys are kind of talking, you kind of get a glimpse through one of the like the slats in the fence, and you see all kinds of like these square cages and like chains and like wagons with like cages on top of them and like trying to think of what else. Like you see like inside one of the cages, like there's manacles kind of hanging um from the bars,
Mhm.
and it's clearly attached to this warehouse.
Mm, and we're okay. We've left the inn and we're heading there, and the manacles where we're going has all that attached to the outside.
So where you talk to that guy, that
Mhm.
warehouse attached to it has all of that stuff.
Okay. Hmm. I'll just eyeball it and be like, I guess so far this is promising. Not. Wait, Kaden, I think we forgot to go get Iris and Arius.
Well, that's what I was saying we should do now.
Yeah.
Either that or just have wait
What
till they
happened to
meet us up.
Iris? But Iris just took off after you did that thing, like
Um,
regardless of where anyone else was.
I guess should we wait at the end for them to eventually show up? We can't really communicate, or we can just go around the town just shouting their names, hoping they
uh,
could hear
I
us.
think they'll meet us there.
Okay.
Or he. Where are you? Did you go with Iris Arius? Or yeah. Or did you come with us?
Well, Arius just took off running when you did
No,
your thing, so
Iris did.
she's yeah, that's what I meant.
But I wasn't
Yeah,
sure if
Iris.
Arius went with her or not.
No, I'll meet up with you too.
Okay.
Um, because I'll say that I was in my like room,
Oh, you
uh,
got a room already.
or not my room, my like in the bathroom or something, getting ready.
That works.
Um, yeah, and
Okay,
then because I think Iris kind of took off too fast for me to like follow.
you could have gone with Caden and Ayla too if you wanted to.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I was in the bathroom before that, and then I met up with Kaden and Ayla.
Okay.
If that's okay.
Absolutely,
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay.
Iris. I want you to um, like when you run away, do you like run off into the forest?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Um, roll a perception check. Okay. Um, so as you're running off um into the forest, you hear like the sounds of like axes chopping into trees, and kind of as you're running away, you get kind of closer to the sounds of those axes, and you start to hear like the clinking of chains. Do you just keep running away, or do you go investigate?
Iris is gonna go and settle down and calm down a little bit. All right.
And do you spend a little bit of time waiting?
No, she's going to pull out her hand and have Crackles, her skeleton squirrel, pop out onto her hand.
Okay.
I want you to go find us somewhere safe for the night. Come back to me later and send the squirrel off.
Okay.
Then she's going to. I guess I should not involve myself in things I don't want to be involved with. And she's going to try to make her way back to town.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a survival check, just for um your squirrel. Okay. She'll come back later and tell you that she found like a little hollow that'd be good for you to sleep in. That's kind of like out in the forest. You're gonna take advantage of that later, right? Like you're not
Yep,
gonna look at that. Yeah,
that's my intention.
that's what I thought. Okay, so you guys make your way back to the inn, and you guys walk in, and like, do you guys go inside the inn?
Mm-hmm.
So as you walk in, you're getting lots of like kind of like odd looks, and uh, it's not like super obvious. But when you guys walk into the inn, what do?
Just walking like normal.
Yeah, are you guys gonna go take a seat in the common room, or are you guys immediately gonna go up to your rooms?
I'll go to tavern or the person to pay for rooms,
Yeah,
and
and
then we'll probably wait out here for them or her.
Okay. And as you guys kind of walk through the the tavern, like you can see whenever you like walk past people, and like when you're standing at the bar talking to the innkeeper, all the people at the bar are just kind of like, not like obviously, but you can tell that they all just find somewhere else to be wherever you guys are. And so no one's really talking to you. Everyone's kind of keeping their distance from you. But you managed to secure some rooms from the innkeeper.
okay.
And are you guys just gonna kind of? Oh, and a couple minutes later, Iris comes walking in the door.
Discreetly.
Discreetly.
You're just talking to the innkeeper. Go ahead and roll a stealth check, Iris.
Roll a 1.
One. Back into the forest I go. Hang on, I'm loading a bit slow.
I was gonna say.
Apparently, really slow.
Jesus.
Jesus.
So you're talking to the barkeep, and then when you turn around, Iris is just standing there.
Oh, Jesus! Don't do that. Fuck.
You don't do that.
Fair
Then you know
enough.
what I mean.
Yeah, I know what you mean, but I'm probably gonna do it again eventually. How much would it cost? I'm talking to the barkeep. To buy everyone around on the house. Do you know what I mean?
The whole bar,
Yeah.
uh, probably 20 gold.
Oof. Never mind. I have 19 gold.
um, and he's like, yeah, that would. There's a lot of people here, but that probably would earn you some goodwill. But just don't do anything weird, and they'll get over it.
What about 10 gold?
He's like, all right. And he says, listen up, everyone. This guy's buying you guys a round on him, and everyone's like, yay! And
Alright.
everyone like walks up and kind of like claps you on the shoulder and grabs their free beer. Go ahead and roll a charisma check to see if.
Oh, yes, my strengths. Okay.
Just
I
don't
guess
roll
that's the
one, and you
point.
should be fine.
Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, charisma's way up here. Whoop.
Oh yeah. So
Just need one more 6
everyone
for the devil.
really
man.
enjoys their beer, and they appreciate that you bought it for them.
Yeah,
But you can tell people are still keeping their distance.
that's fair. That's fair. I'm okay with
Yeah.
that. The
So-
fear, I like that I had both. You know, put a little bit of fear in them, and then they like that I bought them a drink. So cool.
Absolutely. So take 10 gold off your character
I
sheet.
did. Yeah, it's
Okay.
gone.
All right. And then you guys go up to your room and retire for the night? Or are you guys going to do anything?
I will go up to my room and retire for the night.
Okay.
Where did you run off to, Iris?
Just in the forest. You know,
You made off
doing
like
something
us.
like that around here is, well, it spooks me.
Yeah, I'm
Spooks
not
me a lot.
gonna be doing that closer to the border. Figured here. I feel like if we end up over there, I'm gonna be real sad not to be able to use my spells.
Does Iris remember this town on her way back? Like, was this even Silverhand or Silvercloak controlled last time?
When you left, so it was just starting to be like this was like a big battle zone. When you left, like this was basically like uh the opening kind of like salvos of the war.
You
So
know, a few
I,
months ago, or however long ago, I'm gonna specify the time.
yeah.
A lot of these people have turned us in for something like that.
Well, I learned real quick that they didn't. Next time, I guess, warn me. Well, I guess you didn't know I was gonna do it either. Fair enough. All right, I'll be more cautious with how I make a display of myself, which was very uncomfortable, by the way. I hated every second of it. All right.
um so you guys head up to bed and go to sleep for the night. And
Arius is gonna stalk out at some point.
okay.
Air.
Uh,
Iris,
as you're heading out into the woods again, go ahead and roll another perception
stealth, I
check.
presume. Oh, perception.
Okay.
Shit.
Yep, you make your way to the little hollow and you pass out and you're nice and
She's
content.
not going to sleep quite yet.
Oh, okay. What's she doing?
I want to use the. Actually, let me see if that's an actual spell I have because yes, it is. All right, I'm gonna use Find Familiar, and I'm
Okay.
going to change Crackles from a rat into a bat,
Okay.
if that is an option.
It
I
absolutely
think
is.
bat at is a normal D&D
Yes, it
creature, so
is.
that should be easy enough.
Yeah. And roll a stealth check. Okay. At one point during the night, uh you see or you hear a character walking through the woods. But in order to get a better look at him, you would have to like kind of like crawl out and actually actively try to see him. Do you do that or
Would
you just let him?
Crackles, if Crackles is flying around, just keeping an eye on things, I should be
Actually,
able to
yeah,
swap
because
into Crackles' eyes.
absolutely he'd be hanging like from a tree branch or something. You could do that if you'd like.
Yes, I would.
Okay. Um, so a bat sees with echolocation. So do you kind of see like that, or how do we want to handle you seeing and
I'd say it's probably echolocation, so I probably would only get like the relative height, maybe species.
okay. Um, go ahead and roll a perception check with your bat, and I'll tell you what you see.
I'm just gonna roll a normal perception check, then add whatever the
Yeah,
bat
that
is.
works. That totally works.
Already not shit.
So you can
Wow.
tell that it appears to be a human male walking through the forest,
Oh wow.
and that's it. So, are you gonna go investigate further, or are you gonna go back to bed?
I think I'll have the bat follow. I'll
Okay.
have Crackles follow the person.
Okay.
Line sight 60 feet, so that's a pretty significant distance.
How far is he gonna follow him?
Not further than that lumber yard, if that's the direction the person goes.
Yes, he's going towards the lumberyard. Um, and are you looking through his eyes the whole time?
Yes.
Okay, so you see as he walks back to the town, and he enters a like a yard, and you see inside this yard is um it's a two. There's a bunch of people inside this yard uh that appear to just be like kind of like sleeping on the floor, um kind of leaning up against walls, things like that. and they all seem to be asleep. And actually, I think as you see him kind of walk through this kind of yard, there's this guy sleeping up against the um, a wall, and the man kind of walks up to him and kicks him out of the way and opens the door and goes inside.
I just gonna have Crackles fly back.
Okay.
Shit, what should I do? What should I do? Let me see if I have any paper. I was gonna say this to herself. Ladria, are there extra pages in your spellbook that I could pull out?
Um, I'm trying to think. Yes, you see at the back of the book, there's definitely pages. Are you asking her if she'll be mad at you?
Yes. Yes, I am.
Um, I think she will not be pleased, but like she says, do what you must.
I was gonna pull out a small knife and just slice out a page relatively cleanly and start writing on it. Note to Caden. Let's go, Caden.
Okay.
It's going to say, God, I hope he could read. Shit, maybe I shouldn't write this in Infernal. You know what? Fuck, it's already a zombie bat. I'm writing Infernal.
Okay.
If we're going to be ignorant of what we're doing for the rest of this trip, or if we aren't going to be ignorant for the rest of this trip of what we're doing, we need to act tonight, I think. Or we need to not have any qualms about what we do for I'm here. And I'm gonna write that. Hopefully he gets it. And
Okay.
I'm going to put it on the bat and have the bat go over to his room and knock on the window with his face.
Okay. So Caden, you hear. Actually, roll a perception check.
Yeah.
What are you doing in your room?
Sleeping, probably.
Okay, yeah. So roll a perception check.
I didn't have a plan. I was just gonna go with the flow. Uh, Perception. Why am I breaking today? Right there. Not bad. All right.
You hear. So you're suddenly woken up by like a tapping at your window,
Oh no, not again. Oh. All right. What is this? And I'll go to the window and open it.
and you see a bat standing outside the window.
Ah, good.
Skeleton.
Go away. Oh, it's a skeleton.
Its head turns upside down.
So never mind. I was like, oh no, you're Iris's little thing, aren't you?
And Iris, you roleplay your bird.
It kind of rattles its head, and in its mouth it drops a rolled up piece of paper.
Mm-hmm. All right.
And it untwists its head from being backwards again and goes back to normal.
All right. Bye, you creepy little thing. Well, let me read this first. And I unravel it, and I can read Infernal. And I
Yes.
read what it says. Yeah.
And it said what he said.
It's probably a good idea. I was looking forward to some sleep, though. Alright. I'll wake the others. Then I'll write that, and then I'll give it back to the bat. Alright, that's a good boy. Girl. Good creature.
That's just gonna. Do you have a lot of clothing on right now?
Yeah. No. Are they sleeping? No.
It's going to look for some of your clothing and try and make it look like it's gonna discreetly hide in your clothes.
Well, I guess he's not getting his letter right now. I'm gonna put those clothes on, so can you move aside? Yeah, there we go. I'll put on my clothes.
That leaves a wing behind.
What? Alright. Okay. Alright, so I'll go and wake up the others.
Okay.
I'm like, Ayla,
right.
Arius, I know you're in two different rooms, but I'm gonna pretend I'm giving the same speech two different times. If we want to know what we're working with tonight, tomorrow, see if it's on the up and up, I guess. Iris says we should do it tonight. I'm inclined to agree. I know I said ignorance is bliss, but
Um, all right, I guess I'll agree then. Whatever. I'll follow your lead.
well, Iris is leading now.
Okay. Well, you're the one who's saying it, so.
Fair enough. And Iris, Arius, how do you feel about this?
Sorry, I was on mute.
You're good.
Um, I don't know how I feel. I have mixed emotions.
You rather
What?
be ignorant of what we're doing so we don't have to worry about it?
I think that's what I'm gonna have to do.
I respect that. That's fine. Well, then we're gonna sneak off. If it's something really bad, then I guess we may decline. But we'll see what happens.
Well, good luck.
Thank you.
Okay.
Nice character choices. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. So I guess me and Ayla head out into the night.
Yeah.
Yes.
What are you doing, Iris? Are you coming back to town?
She's waiting out towards where she is, which I presume is relatively closer to the lumber mill.
No, you're like out in the forest. Like he walked back to the town.
No,
Yeah.
she'll be more or less between the lumber mill and town.
Okay.
When the when Crackles gets the chance, he's gonna skirt up and start trying to lead them
Okay.
towards
So
where Iris would be.
you see the bat kind of like fly out in front of you and then like kind of look back at you. Are you guys gonna follow her or?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So as you guys follow her, she leads you until you finally see Iris, kind of leaning against a tree, and where you saw this person kind of enter. So there's the town. So let's do this. So you kind of get an idea of what we're. So move this here. Yeah, change this so lighting. Can you guys see stuff now
Mm,
or no?
White
Probably have.
square.
hold on, I'm trying to zoom out.
Yeah, we're gonna have to find
Is
where
it just
here.
blank? It should
I
be
don't know
blank.
yet.
Yeah, look,
Oh,
it's
okay.
just
Yes.
blank.
Then yes.
Okay.
Then we're on the
Perfect.
right place.
All right. So here is kind of let's no, this. Click on. No, okay. So this is kind of the town. Okay. And then there is like forest and stuff kind of all over the place around it. Okay. And then kind of over here is the lumber mill. And kind of there's like a barracks kind of here. And there's like a little path that leads out to the thing from the town. The inn is kind of like right here, and then over here is kind of like that warehouse, and then there's like a thinner line, and then there's like a yard kind of off to the side, and this is where you saw those cages. And there's like imagine like the square is kind of like a low kind of stone wall, and then like over here there's a bunch of like houses and stuff where all the
Mm-hmm.
people live, and there's a road that goes kind of down the middle of this.
What's the chicken foot?
That's like the
Forest.
forest.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is kind of a chicken foot, but anyways.
It's a try.
There's like
It's a very dead forest.
dead branches. Anyways, and then where you saw him go in is there's like a gate right here, and he walked through it, and then he walked into a door right here, and inside here was all the people, and he kicked the guy right here and walked inside here. And like this is like kind of like a clearing around this
Mhm.
where they've cut down the logs. But there's trees and stuff all the way along here.
Questions that should probably be obvious in retrospect. Is slavery frowned upon in both Dragonvale and the Silverhand? Or Silvercoats?
Um,
Silver
so
cannons.
yeah, so in the Dragonvale, uh, mages are often made slaves if they don't execute them. Slavery is definitely frowned upon, but it's not like illegal, if you will.
Okay.
Like, I mean,
I presume that goes for the Silver Cannons too?
in fact, the Silver Cannons, like, there's rumors about how they have a portion of their members that are slavers.
Sense. Okay.
Like, everyone keeps it on the down low. Like, it's not like a, yo,
It's
yeah,
not a
I bought
mark
myself
of
a
pride.
slave. Correct. Yeah. But it's not uncommon to find slavers and shit like that.
Okay. Thank you.
And so you guys kind of are like right like here when you meet up with Iris.
Hey everyone, sorry to wake you up like this. I just couldn't rest like this.
That's no worries.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna find out what's going on. Did you see something?
There's a lumber mill, and based solely on that conversation we had with Poet, I get the feeling we should investigate it.
Okay.
I feel like I don't know how you two feel about it, but I feel like our cargo's probably slaves, and I feel like they're probably resting over here. And if we were going to have a clear conscience, we should at least deal with this now rather than later.
Yeah. Do we? Well, I guess we. Yeah, let's investigate.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. No.
Okay.
Can I have a Crackle hops on Iris's shoulder, and she's like, "Can I?" He forgot some of his wing on your cloak. Let me just pull it
I
off.
thought he did that on purpose. There you go. I'll say that Arius would rather be left in the dark, and I don't blame her. So she stayed back, but unfortunately, that means one of our, you know, more stealthy individuals is not here. And you know my luck last time.
Yes. Do you think? I mean, we have two nocturnal creatures with us right here.
I mean,
This one can't actually see in the dark, by the way, but
but I like that both of our familiars are not subtle. Yours is a skeleton and mine's a six-winged fucking owl with the mask.
I have an idea. We can pretend that Valentine is chasing Crackles.
Yeah, I guess like, oh no, a scary monster owl chasing a skeleton owl. Maybe stealth first, and then go with playing
Okay.
bird and mouse.
They'll be our distraction when we fuck up.
Yeah.
Any qualms with this, Sailor?
No. Else for 30 minutes.
Okay. So what are you guys gonna do?
Try and sneak in, I guess.
Sneak in or
I-
like around the perimeter? Should we like try to find a window to peep in, or
So
Yeah.
just so you know, this part is roofed, but this part is open air.
I'm not
So
seeing this part?
Yes, so that's I. This part is like just a yard.
Are there people out there in the yard?
You can't see from here
Okay.
unless. Are you going to send your owl up into the air?
Probably a good idea. I was either thinking, should I send my owl ahead to scout the area from above, or
See,
I think that would be a good idea considering
I mean, we'll have
owls are a normal thing that you'd see at night
not
anyway, so
my owl, but we could also go to the tree line and just look for ourselves in the dark.
mm,
maybe Valentine could find us a path closer, easier.
Yeah, I'll have her look as just a little surveillance drone. Some, anyways, yeah. So I'll go ahead and you know beckon her from the distance, and then as she comes in, again the glowing arcane eye, and she'll into the night.
Okay. And she flies over the top of everything, and as she looks in, she can see maybe 25 men and women, probably like 14 men and probably more than that, like 17 men
Outside?
and like 8 women outside.
Damn.
Uh,
hmm.
and they're wearing like uh like ragged kind of like trousers, and the women have just kind of like a piece of cloth wrapped around their chests, and they basically look like they're kind of like homeless people dressed in really like rags and stuff like that, and they're all sleeping in the yard. Some of them are leaning against like the fence, and all of them appear to have there's a chain that goes around um the edge of the yard, and all of them have manacles around one of their ankles.
I speak to them. I can't see through my eyes or anything, or hear them. I see what you're talking about. I see many, what looks like the slaves you were mentioning. There's a lot of them outside in the night. Well, we don't know what our cargo is, right? So could we be blamed if we freed them?
I
Technically, no.
yeah,
We
because they
don't even
wouldn't
know what
want to
this
tell us
is.
what the cargo is.
It'd be funny if we just freed a bunch of slaves and had nothing to do with our cargo.
Right?
Also a good favor. But I guess we should find out a little more. So what if this is like their prison and they don't have like a facility?
Oh yeah. How do you think we could slyly go in there and do you think we could talk to them? Would they tell the truth?
I mean,
Oh, also while you're flying over there, you see uh 2 guards on either side
Yeah.
and of
of the
course
gate.
there's guards out there, of course, as to be expected. I was gonna say otherwise. No wonder what's keeping them from running away. Well, the manacles probably. Anyways, I drop my vision off of them, and I tell. Depends on how far away is she. Is it farther than 100 feet? I assume.
No, you guys are probably within a good like 75, like
Yeah.
right at 100
Yeah.
feet.
I tell her to fly back if anyone's heading our direction. Um, I mean, we could begin to leave tomorrow, and I could see if any of these people. I could leave. Valentine here, and watch the scene and see if it ends up being our cargo. And then,
Oh.
but I mean, if we want to deal with this and find out if they're slaves or not, we probably should.
I kind of want to see if they're slaves, what the deal is.
I feel like doing that at night's going to be more difficult. I feel like a more direct approach of asking people.
Yeah, like at
I
the inn?
agree. Yeah. Are there still people down there drinking?
Oh yeah, it's a typical tavern, so yeah, there's
Uh,
people drinking for sure.
I guess let's go see what the people at the inn might know about this. Because I don't think something like this you can keep secret.
Hmm.
Well, they might not want to talk about it, but
Well, definitely not with me. Yeah, I know
I
you
guess we
weren't
could
there,
just.
Iris. I made a scene at the bar.
No, no shit.
Oh yeah, you were there. No, that's why you ran. Anyways, maybe you should be the one, Iris.
Okay. I have an idea. Okay. Let's go back.
hungry.
And
Okay.
I'm going in after you guys by like a good minute. I'm not going through a door with you ever again. For the
I'll
record.
stay outside, like just in case we need to come back out. I was just gonna stay outside.
Okay.
Okay. So you guys make your way back to the inn. It's definitely died down. There's no more music. There's like maybe like 6 or 7 kind of like regulars, obviously the ones that this is their thing, is they sit around and drink themselves into a stupor. Um, and the barkeeper is behind the bar, kind of like washing up for the night and cleaning, like wiping down the bar. Um, what do you do as you walk in, Iris?
I was just gonna go up to the bar, nice and normal, like no magic. Let's take a seat.
The bartender
What's
kind
a
of,
normal drink? A pint?
Can I get
yeah,
a pint of ale?
and he kind of smiles at you, and he draws you a beer, and he puts it down in front of you, and he's like, "New in town. I haven't seen you around."
Yeah, I am new. I've been through here a long time ago, but I was a little bit more hectic back then, you know.
Yes, I think I know what you're talking about.
I'm gonna give
So,
a pretty generous tip for the drink. So
okay,
I
so
don't know,
it's,
maybe silver.
yeah, so it'd be like 5 copper for the drink. So silver's like a really good tip. And he takes it. And he's like, "Ah, thank you kindly. Um, what can I help you with?"
Oh, I was curious if the silver cannons, how far they've pushed the, you know, how far up they are from here now.
I need to come up with a name for this army. I'll have that by next time. And he looks at you and he says, "Yeah, it's hasn't been real great around here lately. Uh, thing is, when you're out here in the middle of nowhere, you don't really know whose side you're on, if you know what I mean."
Yeah, I get that. I guess most of us folk could just keep on living.
Yeah, that's what we try to do around here. The silver cannons have been keeping the uh I want to call them like the dragonkin, but that sounds kind of cheesy.
Hey, whatever, man. It's a fantasy game. Dragonkin
Yeah.
works.
Go workshop it later.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could change it, but right now we'll call it the dragonkin.
Maybe they
Uh,
call them the Dragonkin as their own wording for it.
That would be
yeah,
Because of
super
I
them
dick
like
move.
that
I
hurting
love it.
all the shitty shit.
for sure. That's perfect. Yeah,
Or
it's
not the
like
shitty shit, but I mean.
they pushed the dragonkin back, uh, but there's always raids, and you never know when everyone just living peacefully, and then those paladins come into town and start rounding people up.
Oh, I noticed, like, I figure it's just like a prisoner lumber camp over there.
And I beckon towards where the lumber camp would be.
Is that how you all are dealing with the crime nowadays?
Well, that is kind of how we make a living out here. Is we're a logging camp, as I'm sure you can tell. Uh, yep, that's how most people in this town make their living.
Hmm. Lot.
Uh, I just mule that over. I guess it'll be an insight check to see if
Go for
she
it.
thinks that he's telling the truth about it being a. Since she is trying to lead it towards making it sound like she
Mhm.
thinks it's a thing, prison
Yeah,
camp.
roll an insight check.
Hmm.
Aw.
I mean, he seems real sincere. Like that's really what this town is. It's a logging camp. And actually, I think while you saying that, he's like, "Yeah, Durbin over there. He's been working out of this town, cutting those trees down for long as I've been here."
Could you point that one out?
And she's gonna look around.
And he points to this kind of like he's like got big shoulders and like arms. Like clearly he's been swinging an axe for most of his life.
Mhm.
But like other than that, he's kind of skinny. Like he's got little legs, and he's just like bent over on the table with like a mug of ale in his hand, and like his other hand kind of like his head kind of sleeping on the edge of the table. He's like, yeah, that's Durbin over there.
Hmm.
That's about where you can find him every night.
Iris is gonna chuckle at that. Can I get another drink, please?
Oh, absolutely. He grabs you another one, pours you another ale. So
Oh
what?
shit! I just pushed a button that I should not have pushed. Hang on. Okay, it's back to normal.
He says, so you just passing through, or
I'm
what
passing
brings you
through
to our town?
personally. I'm just passing through personally, though. I think a few of my friends are looking for work, so I'm asking around. I
Oh,
think they might like lumber work. I'm gonna go talk to Dorbin about it. Thank you.
okay. Good luck.
Iris is gonna go over to Dorbin.
Okay,
I presume he's just completely passed out.
like he's totally snoring. There's a little bit of drool like on the table, and there's like a little puddle underneath his mouth, and like uh his he's just
AFK for a second. I'm getting a phone call.
okay.
Do you mind?
No,
Is
go
that
for it.
fine?
Actually, do you guys want to take a break right now?
Yeah, Miranda had to go put Alistair to bed anyway.
Okay, perfect. That's a good break time. I gotta go pee too, so I'll be right back.
Fair
By the way, do you guys have like a time you guys have to quit, or can we play until kind of
I
we
think
get tired?
the only do you have work tomorrow, Josh?
I mean, I do, but not till
Yeah,
12:30.
so you do. I don't know. Arius. I know Miranda doesn't, and I don't.
So
Yeah, I don't work tomorrow.
okay, so I mean, once you guys start getting tired, just let me know, and I'll get you guys to a stopping point. But then I won't like try to get to a
I
stopping point.
am returned, and it sounds like we're on a break now.
Yeah, it's about a 10-minute break or so.
Yeah, I'm gonna go get a snack. But
Okay.
I'm gonna go get some water.
Okay.
yeah, I would ask Miranda when she gets back because she's usually a little more. She likes her time.
For sure.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
am returned. Hola.
Okay. Oh, so Miranda, did
I
you
was
have
on
a?
mute for a long time. I don't know. I just checked my mic right now,
Mhm.
and it was on mute because I was just now saying, "Okay, I'm back. I'm back," and nobody was saying anything. I don't know how long my mic has been on mute for.
I
Yeah,
get
that
that.
never good. Do you have a bedtime? Like, do we have to stop it? Like, wrap it up?
Well, I mean, I am getting tired, so
Okay.
like probably not too much longer.
Okay.
Think we're staying for like 30 more minutes, maybe.
Yeah, I think 30 minutes is good.
Okay. That worked.
Oh, I'm back too, by the way. I'm just eating
Excuse me.
cereal
Welcome
on
back.
mute.
Okay. Um.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm here too.
Hola.
Okay. Perfect. All
Shall
right.
we get this?
So you walk up to, I forget his name now. I just made it up.
Dorbin.
Dorbin. You walk up to Dorbin, and he is sleeping. What do you do?
Unless I'm going to go on. I presume there's enough space for this table for me to go towards the opposite end of it. So when I do
Yes.
this, I don't get punched.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm gonna slam down the mug and take a seat. Dorbin!
Yeah. What? Oh, what do you want?
Hey, I wanted to ask you some questions about lumberjack stuff.
What?
Oh,
Uh,
here. I'm gonna push a drink over across the table.
oh,
My friend was
thanks.
looking for some work as a lumber person,
He takes a big
and
swig.
I heard that the lumber camp, I'm gonna beckon towards the one we've been investigating, might be a good spot. Should he just show up at the door and knock or something?
He's like, ugh. The one up. No, you don't want to go to that one.
What's
No,
wrong with it?
if you want a job as a lumberjack, you go to that one over to the east, or to the west. Yeah, you talk to Marco. He'll get you going.
East
What time is
West
it?
San Marco. Oh, I'm sure it's early for you. What's wrong with the one over here?
Oh yeah, you don't want to go that one.
Poor management.
Yeah, yeah, that's a good way to put it.
All right.
Why
Um,
so bad about that one?
uh, well,
Hey, Ayla.
that one, yeah, well, they don't pay as well. Let's just leave it at that.
They don't. I'm gonna do a perception or insight or whatever to see if he's being like shifty
Okay.
or so I could press.
Uh, like he doesn't seem like nervous about talking to it, but he's not like obviously
Like, does it look like he's not talent? Like, seem
he's
like he's not.
dodging the question. Yeah.
Hmm. So they don't pay as well, but why did we see? Why do I know that there's such a large group of people there? If they're not paying that well, why are they even there?
Like he kind of looks around. He's like, "Listen, come here," and he like leans in, kind of like conspiratorially, and he's like, "So if you get caught doing something, they send you up there, and you got to work for free, and it's not pleasant. I've been there a couple times myself, but we don't talk about it. Like we just try to let them do their thing. You serve your time, and you just everyone lets it be.
How bad of a
So
thing do you have to do to get up there?
Well, I mean, depends. I got sent up there for getting drunk and taking a piss on the table. I'm not proud of it. But yeah, that's what I had to do. That's how I got up there. It's worst 5 days of my life.
it's like a jail slash.
It's like a work camp. You go up there, they chain you to the wall, they cut trees all day, cut trees in the warehouse, and if you get out of line, yeah, they ain't too friendly with you.
What's the worst that somebody has been sent up there for?
Well, uh, trying to think of a name right now. Old Mort. He went up there, killed his wife and kids. he's probably not leaving.
What's the least thing? Is it you're getting drunk and peeing on a table? Things like that?
Yeah,
I'd say that's
they
pretty
use it
low.
as like a deterrent. Who wants to get chained to a wall? Who wants to sleep outside, cut wood all day? I mean, that's
Hmm.
what my life is too. But they take your freedom away. It's like I guess it's like a prison.
Hmm. Okay. All right.
What?
Thank you,
Why are you guys
Dwarven.
so interested?
I don't. It's just mostly for me. It's just that everyone seems to be dodging the question, and what you described, it honestly doesn't sound. I mean, it sounds bad, but not as bad as was expecting. If that makes any sense.
I mean, it's not that bad. You get through it. It's not pleasant. Much
Do
rather be
people die
drinking at the
in there
table. I mean, there's been accidents, and
without like guard beatings or poor health reasons?
listen, they don't treat you too well up there. I mean, it's we don't have what you would call like a normal prison. We're not going to send people up to the towns to take care of our own, you know, problems, but it's a deterrent. No one wants to go there.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
east to west and talk to Marcus for a lumber job. Thank you, Dwarven.
Oh,
Enjoy your drink.
you're
Uh,
definitely helpful. Thank you. I'm
yeah,
gonna
no
toss
problem.
him a coin.
Oh,
Toss him
thanks.
like a silver piece.
And
Okay.
he's like looks all excited. He's like, ah,
Don't
tomorrow's gonna
drink
be a
it
long
tonight.
day.
Don't drink
Uh,
it all tonight.
yeah, sure. I'm definitely not gonna drink it tonight. You guys have a good one.
And I glare at him as I walk away.
He watches you, and then like, bartender, bring me another. As you walk out of the room. Um, so you guys are gonna leave Caden outside?
I think we'll head back out, or Iris will head back outside.
Okay.
I'll follow.
I let's walk a little bit away from the front door. Otherwise, I don't think this is worth involving ourselves in more than we already have.
Caden, you might be on mute.
You're on mute, I
Oh,
think.
I'm talking to myself. All right. So what does that mean? It's unrelated?
Well, it's like a prison, but labor. But apparently, people get sent there when they do things bad. Anything from being drunk in public to killing their family, and depending on their crime, that's how severe or how long they're supposed to be staying there.
Okay.
The guy we talked to was there for 5 days.
All right. Okay. So it is kind of like a sentence thing.
Hmm.
Well, I guess the only way I can see it becoming an issue is if they're actually sending these guys somewhere else. It's
Yeah,
like one thing to send these people there to, do their time, but then to export them, that's when it's a little shady for me. So
same.
that's where I could utilize Valentine to watch to see if they're going to be moved tonight or in the morning.
Sounds good to
Um,
me.
and maybe we'll find that they already have people that were from here tomorrow, but we'll deal with that later.
I'll have Crackles help. Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
have Crackles help.
Okay, but I have Valentine flying over the area right now. I told her to come back if anything changes while we're gone, but I'll get within range and I'll give her new instructions.
Okay.
And
Okay.
so pretty much I'll go back into the woods and
Yeah.
just tell her that if they start moving people, to just come to my window and wake me up.
Okay. And she kind of
Iris
like,
is
go
going.
ahead. No, you go ahead.
Iris is probably gonna go out there with Caden and
Um, so I feel like as you head out there, uh, you tell him to kind of like sit on a branch, and he settles down to kind of watch.
She.
And sorry, to kind of watch. And as of right now, it's just the same thing. People sleeping.
Cool.
I think I'm going to go for a walk. I'll see you tomorrow, Caden.
Alright,
And
be safe, please.
good night. I'm going to find my bed
Night, Ayla.
and sleep.
Iris is gonna disappear into the woods, and when she gets to her place, she's going to cast. Just pull up a little bit of string. Actually,
Solid.
she's going to grab her snake pendant.
Okay.
It's going to grow, like its neck's just gonna keep growing to reach her arm length.
Mhm.
And its fangs are gonna protrude, and she's gonna draw a line using the alarm spell
Okay.
around where she's sleeping. She's gonna just take its fangs, run it into one of the trees nearby, and it's gonna leave a line of venom until she completes the area, and it's
Perfect.
just gonna disappear.
Oh,
Absolutely. So,
one more thing before like we do the morning.
yeah.
I just wanted to knock on Arius's door and just kind of tell her that um nobody's taking any action tonight. We're just going to continue with the job as normal in the morning. So that's pretty much what I'm gonna tell her.
Okay. Did you
But
hear
I'll
that, Arius?
I mean I can knock on the door. I can play it out. Just Arius,
Arius.
are you in there?
Yeah, sorry, I keep forgetting to get off mute.
Arius, I just wanted to let you know, just 'cause, morality clause and everything, we're not taking any action tonight. We're just going to continue the mission as normal. No biggie.
Okay.
Just so you don't have the panicky that you're involving yourself in anything nefarious. So as far as we know, it's straightforward.
All right.
All right. Cool. So then I guess I'll see you in the morning.
Okay, see you in the morning.
All right. So you guys go ahead and retire for the night, and you sleep through the night. It's uneventful. You wake up fairly early to the sound of this thunk, thunk, as you hear axes in the distance, uh, chopping into trees. And Iris, do you make your way into town? Like, do you wake up early or?
Yeah, early,
Yeah.
a little bit before dawn, like pretty damn early.
Okay. And so, what time does the rest of you guys wake up? Do you guys wake up early?
Probably with the thunking, if it's that
Yeah.
loud.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
if they start early, definitely. Ow.
okay.
And I think I
So
would
you
want
guys,
to be up early just in case that guy wants to head out early.
and the night went by uneventfully. Your bird didn't come, or your owl didn't come back and alert you to anything. Did you tell her to come back in the morning or
No,
stay out there?
stay out there.
Okay. So
I'll
yeah,
have to go get her.
yep, didn't wake you up or anything. So what's the plan for the day?
All right.
Then I'm just gonna get dressed and head out downstairs, waiting for the others
Yeah.
to go meet up with the dude.
So you guys all meet up in the common room and head over. Are you gonna head to go get your bird first, or go meet up with Bilko?
We'll meet up in the common room and then. Yeah, I think I was gonna go to Bilko. Well, shit. If we're gonna leave immediately, yeah, I would get Valentine just in case.
Okay.
I'll let them know.
Uh,
So we'll meet in the common room, and I'll be like, there was an uneventful night. Valentine didn't come to me. I'm gonna go get her before we go meet with Bilko.
All right, so I guess that gives us time. I mean, do you want us to go with you in case something happens?
I mean, it should be fine. I can always slink off into the daylight shadows.
Can you?
It's questionable.
Here, this is probably a dumb idea. I'll hand him something in my hand, palmed. Just just take this with you. I'm gonna drop it in your palm
Okay,
discreetly.
I take it.
It's Crackle's head.
Oh my god. Thanks. I'll pocket it questioningly and then head out.
okay, so you're able to kind of walk over there. You see like quite a bit of traffic kind of headed out that way, and as you get closer, you see like wagons with like logs carried on them, and they're being pulled towards um towards the warehouse, and you can see um like there's a bunch of people that work kind of in that yard,
Hmm.
and the gates to that yard are now open, and the guards are gone.
Okay.
But other than that, nothing's really going on.
And there's people still in the yard?
Nope, the
Okay.
yard's empty.
And the wagons are heading back to town?
So there's wagons like going uh like out stupid, give me this one. So like they're going over and like to like go pick up logs, and then
Oh,
there's
okay.
other ones coming back bringing the logs to the warehouse, and you hear like the sound of like a saw.
Hmm.
So
Yeah. I just get
I guess,
within. I get in range and tell Valentine to head back with me.
can he talk to you, by the way?
No.
Okay.
It's like mostly just I can give him her instructions when I'm within range,
But he can't
there's
be
no
like, oh
two-way
yeah,
communication.
well, they woke up in the morning and they went out to cut some logs, and they, yeah, he
Yeah,
can't
none of
report
that.
to you.
No.
Gotcha. Okay. Yep, he flies back and starts to follow you guys.
Okay.
So do you guys head back over to Bilko's?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So as you guys kind of walk up to Bilko's little warehouse, you see Bilko sitting on like a crate. Like there's like a big stack of crates on the outside of the yard, and you see him sitting on one of the crates, like kind of leaning against the side of another crate, and like you see like him with a mug of ale in one hand that's kind of like spilled over onto his chest, and his arms kind of like hanging off the side of the cart, and he's totally fast asleep. But you see a spindly guy with uh like he's got like a real mousy face, and it looks like his eyes are always squinted, and like his nose is like scrunched up, and his mouth is always like slightly open, and he's got these big buck teeth sticking out the front of his mouth, and he's got like a really bad what's the
Underbite.
underbite, yeah.
I can
And
imagine it
so
very well.
he's totally sticking out, and he's carrying these crates and putting them on onto a wagon. As you guys walk up, what are you guys gonna do?
Um. Good morning.
Hey, what you guys doing?
Oh, we're your escorts, and not that kind of escort. You know.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Yeah, I'm just carrying these boxes. Bilko's over there still sleeping.
All right. How much longer do you think till departure?
Uh, from the looks of them, probably gonna be a little bit. But if you guys want to wake him up, that's fine. I ain't waking him up though. I'm just carrying my boxes.
I kind of look at
Hmm.
the rest of the group. And you just want to wait till he wakes up, or
Yoo-hoo!
all right, there she goes.
And he's like, what? Oh, wait. Who's there? What are you doing?
Oh,
Where are we
I
going?
just heard a really loud bird just fly by here. It was
Ah.
crazy.
Yeah, I've never seen it before. That was weird.
Jeez, it's just so loud.
And then I have
Oh.
Valentine swoops by.
Oh, fucking Jesus! Fucking,
What the hell
what's
is that?
that?
I've never seen that before.
what time is it? Oh, it's fucking bright out here. Oh, what are we doing? Oh, what are you guys doing here?
Oh yeah, we just showed up, and then we all got startled by a bird, not just you.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, what do you want? What's going on?
No,
Oh,
You're,
yeah.
yeah.
we gotta go somewhere. I forgot.
Mhm.
We're here to escort you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you guys met fucking Frankie, Ralphie. I don't remember his name. One of those. He's new. Yeah, he's help him load the. I'll be right back. And he stands up and he walks over to the side of the fence, and he like pulls his pants down and starts peeing on the side of the fence.
Mhm.
Like, rough night last night. What'd you guys do?
Sleep.
Oh yeah, we did that.
Drink.
Drink. I did some of that last night. Whew, a lot. And he like
Some of it's still even on you.
gives it a good shake and puts it away. He's like, all right, time to start the day. All right, I'll be right back. I just gotta go get something, and then you help him load those boxes. I'll be right back.
All right.
Was
Walks
this
inside.
the cargo we're escorting?
He's like, yeah, this one of the wagons. If you guys want to take all those boxes right there and you pick them up and put them on that wagon right there, it'd really big help.
All right.
I was just gonna look at her spindly arms and shake them around.
And he looks at you and he shakes his spindly arms. He's like, yeah, we're all, just pick them up.
All right.
Yeah, so I'll begin mostly to investigate the cart and stuff to see what we're dealing with that I could see without being too snoopy.
Okay, go ahead and roll a sleight of hand check.
Okay. Not too bad with those.
Okay, now roll a perception check or an investigation check at advantage.
Nice.
Good thing for advantage.
Right.
So as you're like carrying the boxes, what do you do to sneakily check these boxes?
I'm assuming they're like wooden crates with. Do they
Correct.
have lids or something?
Yes, the lids appear to be like nailed on.
Mm-hmm.
But like you rolled really well, so you could do whatever you need to do to get into these
I'll
boxes.
say like I was stacking too many, and I like drop one on purpose on like so the edge of the lid hits like another box, and it like comes slightly undone. And like oopsie, and I like just pick it up and carry it, but while eyeballing it.
So there's like a loud crack as you kind of drop this box against the side of the wagon, and Frankie looks over. He's like, careful there.
Yeah,
And then he turns around, and as you kind of look inside, you see inside the crate appears to be
baby.
like nails and like construction materials. And roll an insight check.
Yep, that's about right.
And you see all these materials. They're clearly construction equipment. But you have no idea what the fuck you build with these things.
Yeah. Fair.
But as you're kind of like looking through, towards the bottom, you're a wizard, right?
Yeah.
So, and you like, I don't want to give something away, but I want to ask a question.
You want me to do Arcana check?
Yes, do an Arcana check. Perfect.
Okay. Yes, if I'm a wizard, so I don't know.
So as you're kind of looking in there, you see that you just get like a sense of something magic in the bottom of the crate. But you feel like it's like you kind of shove some of the stuff out of the way, and like you can see all the way to the bottom of the crate, and it looks like you feel like there's something magic there, but you just can't see it.
Okay.
Excuse me.
How big are these crates?
So maybe like I'm trying to, like, I don't know feet very well. So what, like what? Like you know when you see a crate in like a video game that they're loading onto a ship?
So
Imagine those kind of crates.
Okay.
Yeah, they're pretty hefty crates.
Okay. Okay, so I'll put that crate like on the ground, sort of next to it, and just like I'm putting the other ones up, and I'm just waiting to pick that one up again. And then as soon as someone like one of our group like puts a crate up there, shit. How long does it look like it might take us? Because I kind of want to be like, can you guys, distract? Do I have 5 minutes?
Yes.
That's a long time.
So there's maybe like 10 more crates. So like
that's too little.
Loading them all on the thing will take about 15-20 minutes.
Oh, it'll take. Okay.
Yeah, I mean maybe, I don't know. There's still a lot left to do. Like to stick them on there and organize them. Like you would probably have some time if you wanted to slip away for a second.
I'm going to try to slip away with the crate.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a stealth check at advantage.
With the freaking crate?
Uh-huh. Oh, no.
So as you're kind of like, you kind of slip around the edge of the wagon, and you're trying to like, kind of carry it away from the wagon, and Frankie's like, hey, where you going there?
I'm trying to find a good place for this, I'm not really good at the... I used to play this game with blocks, and, I'm not really good at finding the slot. Oh, there it is. And I'll put it on top. And I'm like, hold on, I need to give me like
oh,
5 minutes. I need to fix this up, and I start reorganizing back there,
like, okay.
and then it's yeah.
Yeah,
He,
this is, we were hired to be the helpers, so this is the kind of job that we need to be doing,
yeah, okay. All right, let's just get it done so we can get out of here. You go
In
smash
our
the
Believe
window.
me, I want to
defense,
go
Oh
we
more
aren't
than
really.
you do.
shit! I got a splinter. Anyone got a needle?
Ugh, again, every time we do one of these things, you're always getting a splinter this, splinter that. I always stubbed my toe.
Hold on.
God. And I'll look at the
Alright,
other guy and be like, and I'll roll my eyes and I'm like, it'll get done, don't worry.
alright, give me like
Oh.
5 minutes to get this out, and then
And I'll go over to him and pretend to give him a needle.
okay. So I'm gonna spend that 5 minutes getting my needle and cast Identify as a ritual, because I'm trying to get
Okay.
a splinter out of my hand.
Yeah, for sure. I gotcha.
I don't know. I was just
Go
gonna
ahead and roll a
try.
sleight of hand.
Another one. Okay.
Because the other one was to look into it. This is to cast a spell.
Yeah.
I mean, you managed to cast a spell. Like as he like put in boxes, he'll like he doesn't see you, but he like glances over to you doing his thing. But you're able to cast a spell. And I'm guessing you're casting it at the thing inside the box.
Yeah, I have to do it as a ritual because I don't have it selected.
Truly.
Okay.
So
So
it's
it
gonna
is
take 5 minutes to do.
Would you know what the item is? Like you know everything about it, right?
Here, I can share it at least.
You choose one object you must touch throughout the casting of the spell.
Oh shit! I have to reach my hand in there.
Yeah.
Attunement to use how many charges it has.
So I don't think you'd be able to actually touch the object.
Yeah, I wouldn't reach my hand in there and
Yeah.
be that obvious. Never mind. So I retract that statement. Good idea.
Okay. You could maybe find a way to do that later, but
Man, do I don't have detect magic either. Okay.
So
do you, Iris? Then maybe you could be fixing your splinter.
do you have to take
I'm
magic?
just gonna friggin' facepalm a little bit then.
Let me do it, Ayla.
I don't know. Do either way.
So understand, in order to cast this, what are you casting? Detect magic?
Detect magic.
Okay. And do you need to cast it as a ritual?
Let me see. Yes, I'll have to cast it as a ritual.
Okay.
I'm gonna whisper to Caden. You know, I could just cast this later, like tonight. I can see within 30 feet.
That's probably a better idea. All right, sorry, but there's something magical in there.
Okay. So you guys gonna try to cast it later?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So you
I'm trying
guys
to make this too big of a deal. I'm sorry.
you're trying to as you guys kind of finish loading the last box, you hear like this creak as these two large doors on the front of the barn kind of open, and you see Bilko on a wagon, and he like kind of like snaps the reins, and these horses start walking out of the warehouse. And on this wagon, it's like a good 6 feet long, maybe probably like 8 feet long, and about 5 feet wide. And there are wooden sides that extend up about 6 feet high on all the sides. And as he's kind of like clomping out into the yard, he pulls in front of you, and you see, Ayla, you see this. There is a padlock on the door, and there appears to be like a little slat that you can slide open.
Okay.
And he's like, "Oh, I see you guys finally got that wagon loaded. You guys ready to get out of here? Ready to hit the old road? Ready to see what's over the next hill? Ready to head out yonder?"
I guess now would be a good time to ask any questions about this trip we'd want.
Mm-hmm.
Questions?
You know, like how
Hire-
dangerous of a trip are we expecting?
Oh, well, obviously I paid a lot of money to hire you guys, so...
And I'm going to like try to, move the slats stealthily, peer inside
Okay.
while they're asking questions.
So there's so on that, the little slat that you would slide, there's another little padlock on it. as you get closer.
Oh. Does it look like too complicated? Like, does it look weak or
It looks
strong?
like a real thick lock, but you're not sure how like the action, like the inside of it is. But it definitely looks like a well-made lock.
Okay. How about I just kind of like get close to it and kind of whisper into it, tap on it, see if, anything responds.
Okay. Um, Go ahead and roll a sleight of hand check.
Okay. Um,
So as you're kind of like walk up to it, Bilko hops off the wagon and starts walking back towards you, and he's like, "Hey, what are you doing?"
just okay. Uh, I'm just trying to
She's a
get a
little bit
feel
weird.
for these. We're supposed to be like guiding you or escorting you to your destination, and then it kind of makes sense for us to know at least what's inside so we know how careful we have to be. In case we get run upon by bandits and like, oh, they're going to be toppling over these boxes. Do I need to worry about them being toppled? Should I try to make sure that they don't? Are they going to get crushed? Are they too light? You know,
And
basic things.
he,
Is there
he
fragile things?
as you're talking, he kind of stands there and he crosses his arms. He's like, "Yeah, I don't think you need to worry about what's in there. All you're hired for is to protect me. Make sure I don't wake up with any arrows in my chest.
But what if the arrows came from the boxes? We have to know if there's a danger.
Don't worry. I'll deal with the box. You deal with everything outside of the box." And he kind of like puts his hands into a square and he's like, this is my area. Everything outside of that, that's your area. That makes
Yeah.
sense?
You're being suspicious, but sure.
Ayla, think outside the box.
Mm-hmm. Now you've just got me curious because
Well, I understand. I'd be curious too. Just listen, I understand where you're coming from. There's a creepy box. You want to know what's inside it. Just trust me. You don't need to know. It's not important. We just got to get from A to B, and then I'll give you your pay. That work? Can we be on the same page here?
I'm just going to say if that box starts vibrating, I'm going to be checking it out. Because
It
what if it's a
probably.
danger to me?
Listen, you don't want to have anything to do with what's inside that box. Trust me.
So if it starts making weird noises and vibrating, and I'm just supposed to be like, oh, just another box.
So
Listen,
I'm gonna use thaumaturgy and make it vibrate. I can make a little
okay.
tremor with the thaumaturgy.
So you're gonna make the box vibrate.
Uh-huh.
So as you're
What
saying
is
this,
that?
Ayla, the box starts to vibrate, and he's like, "Holy shit!" And he jumps under the wagon.
What did I tell you? There's something about these boxes. I'm going to be possessed, aren't I?
No,
There's going to be thousands of little spiders
Ayla,
that are going to crawl through the cracks, and they're going to be all over my body, huh?
that was me. I'm sorry. I couldn't help it.
And he peeks out from under the wagon. He's like, "Ah, Jesus, it's false alarm. You,
Interesting.
which one of
reaction.
you all did that?"
I just said it was me.
Oh, I didn't hear you. But don't do that again. Ever.
Yes, sir. Gained some insight, though. You're afraid whatever's in there.
Listen, I knew this was going to be. When I hired them, I was like, they're going to ask about the box. And the person was like, no, they're not going to ask about the box. They don't follow orders. And I was like, no, they're going to ask about the box. I told them, give me someone that's not going to ask about the box.
Sorry,
Everyone
Well,
always asks about the box.
To be fair,
we're a little bit green.
hold on. No,
no,
no.
we're super
Wait,
experienced.
no. Next time,
I should
when
stop
you're
talking.
hiring from the tower, tell them you don't want the students that they haven't even trained yet. We haven't even been with them to be, I don't even know most of their names, so
Well, all I'm going to tell you is when they
you
sent
paid
me
way
the
too much.
when they sent me the brochure, they said seasoned adventurers and caravan guards.
I was
I
wondering
gave
why
them
they
my
put
money.
salt and pepper on us before we left.
Hmm.
We're seasoned.
He just looks at you with his mouth open. He's like,
I'm a dad.
I'm an adventurer, but not by choice.
Listen, okay, all right. Here's the situation. All right, we got to get from here to up there.
Why are we so difficult?
And he looks at you. He's like, "I understand. You want to know what's in the box, but I was left with specific orders. Don't let anyone into the box. Okay?
Fine.
So
Fine.
I would love to tell you what's in the box, but I can't tell you what's in the box. So I understand you guys are gonna try to get in the box. I get it. If I was here and I was like, oh, look at the box, I'd try to get in there. But just know that if you get in the box, you're gonna get all of us in trouble.
All
And
right.
if my employer says, hey, did anyone look at the box? And I know that you looked in the box, I'm gonna be like, yeah, that chick looked at the box. So are we on the same page? Can we
I
just
promise I'll only look in the box if I think it's going to be a danger to my life.
okay?
If it starts vibrating and radiating heat and
Listen,
making sparks come out. No, you know what? I might actually just run. You won't even have an escort anymore.
listen, lass. 10 minutes ago, I'd have said, yeah, if it vibrates, open the box. But this guy with us, it could just start vibrating at any moment. So maybe wait for like a fireball, or like maybe if you hear creepy sounds, then investigate. But other than that,
Like I said, I might actually just run away.
that's never. I mean, I've gotten by this long. That's that seems to work most of the time. So you guys
All right.
ready? You guys
I'm
want
ready. Let's go.
All right, and off we go. Um, and so you guys kind of like start heading down the road, and we're gonna go ahead and end it right here.
Sounds good.
And we'll do the journey when you guys play it next. Are we playing yours next week, Adam?
To be determined.
No.
Be
If
prepared
not,
just in case, but I'm pretty sure because fuck, Arius is not going to be there.
okay.
Heather,
Well, let's play.
but Celeste might, and I have a plan for them not being there anyway. But so it might be just up to preference if we want to play without them or not.
Okay, so I would say we can go ahead and play this one because all the stuff that I actually like have been like
Working
not
on.
preparing but
Mhm.
thinking about. You guys are just now going to go do all that stuff.
Okay. Well, I was gonna say it. If my sister is gonna be available,
Then we'll
I
play
sent her a
yours.
message. Yeah, we should definitely play mine. So
Yeah.
because I
If
need to
sh-
get her Google calendar so I can be like, don't make plans.
exactly. So yeah, if she plays, we'll play yours. But if not, we can. I am more than happy to DM next week.
Sounds good.
So what do you guys think? Are you guys intrigued or are you
Yeah.
annoyed with my?
No, I'm loving it. I like this one a lot.
I'm trying to be ornery.
I
We can
I like
tell.
it.
Yeah,
like
it's fun.
No, like Ayla, no, she's doing it on purpose. Like she's panicking on purpose. I don't know. Like she's trying to create a persona that's actually not her. That will throw the guards off if I decide to actually be like, fuck it, what's in the box? You know,
Uh huh.
like I'm trying to throw them off a little.
You're throwing us off too.
Yeah.
You know what I find funny
Hmm.
is I was asking you all those questions at the beginning, and never once did I bring up slaves, but then you guys totally pulled up the or thought about. I was like, oh,
Well, I was just only reason why I brought up slaves was because I was writing my backstory stuff. You know, my mother was a slave,
uh huh.
so I
Mhm.
was like, for example, because my dad's a shit person who owned my mother. So, yeah.
There's so much stuff that's going on with all of this that I'm interested to see how you guys handle it all.
Yeah,
I might see us fuck it up.
it's entertaining,
It's very fun.
and I have.
It's gonna get fucked up.
I want to know what's in the box.
I know. That's why I gave you guys a box that you have no
A
idea what it's
mystery
in.
box.
Yep. Because it's gonna be fun if you guys can go the whole time without looking in the box.
Oh no.
Pretty much.
Maybe a
I'm hoping.
SpongeBob from the Christmas party. Sorry.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I said it's gonna be SpongeBob from the Christmas party.
SpongeBob.
What's in the
Oh, no.
box?
Okay, for me, like Ayla's kind of gold because she's so annoyed with the tower and the people who are running it and everything like that, and she's kind of trying to give them a bad name for sending, like, for lying about sending experienced people and this and that, and you know.
Mhm.
So she's like being ornery on purpose to try to get like, well, you actually want me to be serious? Like, then you be serious with the training. Not everything is a test. Like the same thing that I said about like, oh, everyone's life isn't just expendable for the sake of a lesson.
Oh, for sure. I totally like. I love how Ayla's experiencing all of this. She's not super happy about the whole situation.
No, it's just mostly because she feels out of control, and for most of her life, when she was a slave by the fairies, she was very out of control.
Uh huh. No, I totally get it. I totally get it. And like, I like it because that's kind of like the school's whole thing is they like to throw people into situations where they don't know what the fuck they're doing, and the ones that survive are the ones that'll be good members of their school.
I had to look it up because I didn't remember the SpongeBob Christmas party thing, but now I do.
I still don't.
Yeah,
What is
like
the
SpongeBob
SpongeBob
even
Christmas?
tries to like rob Patrick in the middle of the night. If that's the same one.
Nobody
Yeah.
must
I
know
think
the
so.
secret.
I saw. I see one of the pictures, and he has like the pantyhose over his head. Anyways,
So, just so you know how this entire campaign got started, is I was like, I should give them a box and see how they handle not knowing what's inside of a box.
I know.
So the box and what's in it was the entire premise, and then I built everything else around it.
Well, good job, because it's been intriguing and interesting.
Everyone wants to know what's in the box.
I know.
I'm pretty sure the person in my head wants to know what's in the box.
Nice,
Could be
like
great.
moral dilemma potential and fun stuff.
Exactly. Yeah, that's it. So I thought it would be cool to have some gray decisions. Because everything that I've done with you guys before was basically you knew who was good and you knew who was evil. Except for Abigail, that's the only kind of like gray character. But
I think Ugna was gray for a little bit until we trusted him.
that's true. Yeah, I don't know. Ugna was always
Yeah.
he was very likable the whole time. You just yeah, I love Ugna. All of my characters sound like Ugna though, so
Yeah.
It's okay.
It's a good character.
I like that he's one of our favorites, but we forgot about him all the time when he was traveling with
for
us.
sure, for sure.
He was just in Thule's bag.
Yeah,
That's the only reason he's alive.
yeah. Because if you'd have remembered him, I probably would have killed him multiple times before he got to the end. Oh man, I drank a bunch of freaking whipped cream vodka.
Oh, nice.
I put it in a I got those ice drinks.
Mhm.
Put it in a black cherry one. It was actually fucking delicious.
Oh yeah, that doesn't sound too bad.
Yeah, it's good.
Because I keep making those fucking soda orange juice.
Those
vodkas.
orange Julius things. Those things are fucking good.
Yeah, I keep making them. It's like,
So-
I want one with lunch.
All right, so here's the thing. When it comes to us all watching that show together,